Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Division A East Nexus Gaming Series stream tonight here. I'm Kotip. I'm going to be casting this game between Roomba Rotations and ReGen Phoenix here. So, I believe we're into week 8 now, and let me tell you, Div A East is looking really tight. The point differential on these teams is just neck and neck. Roomba Rotation sitting in 5th place currently with 14 points and ReGen Phoenix with 13. First place has 16 points, so everyone is super tight here. Like, basically a domination victory tonight just shoots someone into first place. Gilly Shark and Caffeinated Knights are playing tonight, so someone's going to get points, but, I mean, I'm telling you, this division is crazy this season, and I'm excited for this match. So this is, 5th place versus 6th place here, and 14 points to 13, 11 games won by each of the two of them. So this is going to be a good one. The lobby is getting set up. Let's go ahead and let's look at the maps real quick. Let me let them know in the lobby that I'm ready because everyone is in there. And let's pop over to the maps. So ReGen Phoenix won the coin toss and actually went with first pick here. They decided to, first map pick, and they banned out Braxis and Infernal Shrines, while Roomba Rotations banned out Hanamura and Alterac Pass. ReGen Phoenix decided to take us to Dragonshire, and in the coin toss, we had a little, back and forth. There's definitely some little trash talk banter going on between the teams. Apparently, Arrow on an interview earlier this week said of their remaining matches, they thought the Roomba Rotations match was going to be the easiest. They didn't say it was going to be. It was a surefire, but he was trying to backpedal a little bit. Arrow's saying no. I just said we thought it was easier, but anything that gets put out there in the interview, Roomba Rotations is now going to be fighting to make that untrue. So this is definitely going to be an exciting one. It's going to be back and forth, and Dragonshire, a great way to start this off. Definitely shows the mettle of both the solo laner and the 4-man. You got to control the top and bottom shrine as well as control the middle of the map to capture the dragon and take control of it. So it's a really good map for macro plays. You got to be paying attention to the camps to create pressure, and we're going to be able to see how these teams react right out the gates. Now, interesting point that usually when a team wins the coin flip, they like to take first pick in the draft, but ReGen Phoenix decided to take map pick here, so they wanted to go to Dragonshire here. So let's see if they've got something special planned as far as this map goes. Different strategies. I mean, you can run a 4-man rotation mid-bot while you have your solo laner top. But I've seen a lot of teams do also like a 3-1-1, where you sit one of your players from the 4-man in the mid lane to catch the soak, make sure the enemy team can't capture the Dragon Knight if they get control of the shrines. And you don't risk that rotation mid-bot through that Bermuda Triangle of bad vision, basically. So let's see if the teams have one strategy or another set up. So looks like the teams are just about ready. Everyone's giving the readies in there. So bear with us just a second, and we will be jumping into game 1 right now. A lot of Div A games going on tonight. I know that there was a Caffeinated Knights versus Gilly Shark, which is definitely going to shoot somebody into the top of the leaderboards here. And then this, the outcome of this is definitely going to show who's going to be in, around anywhere from 2nd to 4th place in the division. So very, very tight here on the back end of the season between pretty much all of the teams. So we've got the ready up from both teams, and it looks like we are heading into the draft. So let's pop in and let's see how this one goes. Dragonshire game 1. We've got Roomba rotations here on the left and ReGen Phoenix on the right for the red team. So as I said, ReGen Phoenix did take map pick. So we'll see Roomba rotations starting off the draft with their ban and their first pick. So let's go ahead and see how this one goes. And we see a first ban onto ETC. So ETC, very solid tank choice. And he's going to be popped off right away. Gazlowe making his way into the meta and instantly banned. Falstad is great on this map for his global ability, and he's one of those, like I was saying, that 3-1-1 where you sit someone in the mid lane. He's great for that because he can fly top and put extra pressure on the solo laner, the enemy solo laner, or he can help the scoot down and help the 4-man. So Falstad knocked out here, and Stukov banned in return a healer. So we kind of got bans all over the place. We've got a tank ban, a healer ban, some damage bans here, and Joshua Scott opening up this draft with his Imperious here. Quickly moving into the Garrosh and the Brightwing is ReGen Phoenix. I like this Garrosh Brightwing. Brightwing kind of has a global, so she can move around the map as well. And good follow-up for a Garrosh. So Garrosh can do his flip, and Brightwing can drop the polymorph for an extra CC. It's point and click, hard to miss. And that, if Garrosh gets a flip there, that's going to be pretty scary. We see 2 damage dealers picked up for the 4-man here, Raynor and Jaina on the side of Roomba rotations. So Jaina's good for that wave clear burst damage. Raynor here is going to be our sustain damage for Roomba rotations. So that's a good kind of combo of having the sustain damage and the burst damage. Give it a little bit of both. Banky I, nice to have you back here. Rooting for Phoenix. So let's see how they do tonight. They need this to pop up in the rankings for sure. We see Ana banned out here to try and choke out the healers a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but that is a top tier healer, especially with Jaina. A nano boost on Jaina could be pretty scary. A lot of damage, a lot of cooldown reduction. And Zarya actually coming out as a ban here. I like the Zarya with the Garrosh. That's always a scary combination because Zarya can put a shield onto Garrosh that she can take a talent that makes him speed up. So he can basically chase pretty deep to catch a flip. And it's pretty scary when there's a hyper speed Garrosh running at you. And these players on the side of Roomba rotations don't have many escapes. Raynor has kind of a pushback with his Q. Jaina has her slows, but Garrosh has unstoppable to remove the slows. So Garrosh looking pretty good, and that Zarya would have definitely made it scarier. Tychus and Sylvanas here. Tychus has made his way into the meta after they moved some of his talents around. He's a tank buster. Johanna with the blind can slow him down, but it's just one blind, and he can do a lot of % damage to big health bars like that. Sylvanas as well, always can push an advantage, turning off towers, turning off forts, and just good damage there as well. Tychus kind of putting out the single target damage, and Sylvanas a little bit of both. She's a little bit of a hybrid as far as damage. Good single target, but a little bit of burst or spread damage as well. And Arrow popping onto his Artanis. I've seen him play it on the on the Battlefield of Eternity, and we're seeing it here on Dragonshire. I wonder if he's going to go into the level 1 stacking, because if he's kind of just brawling with Imperious, he can really stack up his damage, but could be a little tricky. I'm interested to see Artanis on this map because it's kind of an off-meta pick, but Arrow is really good at Artanis, gets great swaps, and it's one of his better heroes, so maybe that's just, stick to what you're good at kind of thing. So Deckard rounding out the draft for the healer choice on Roomba rotations. Gives them a little extra CC. The potions. Let's see how that one works out as we head into game number 1. I'd say that was kind of a fast draft, right? I feel like the teams kind of knew what they wanted, and they kind of just like, maybe they both got just like what they wanted, didn't have to adapt too much, and just ran with it. So overall, I mean, I like the Jaina Raynor damage combo. I want to see the Tychus Sylvanas. I'm trying to think of, can they burst down a Garrosh flip target? So let's see if they can do that on the side of ReGen Phoenix. Here on the blue team, it's Roomba rotations. We've got Idioms playing the Johanna, the Lazy Hydra on Jaina, Iron playing Deckard, Kane, and Hiva playing Raynor, and up top Joshua Scott on the Imperius. On the right-hand side, we've got ReGen Phoenix, Mudge on the Garrosh, Rabid Penguin on Sylvanas, Daribo on Tychus, Araya on Brightwing, and Arrow up top on the Artanis. Solo laners heading straight to the top side. Usually, if I was playing Artanis, I'd just go for a quick swap, just see what I can do. But he's here holding the vision. And Idioms actually uses his W here, not on the wave. That's going to slow down their wave clear. But Jaina's pretty good for that as well. They grab the... Ooh, nice spread damage there from Sylvanas. Rabid Penguin spreading it out. A little bit of a skirmish here. But it is Roomba rotations that does finish first, but they're both moving down kind of equally quickly. Mudge going deep here, looking for a flip, actually pushes Idioms out with his toss. And let's see, it is Protector of Ire for Artanis. I love this talent. I mean, I usually only get to pick it in a Brawl because it's a super OP talent in Brawl. But check this out. Basic attacks against enemy heroes increase Artanis attack damage. And this is infinite stacking. So every time he does a basic attack, he's going to be stronger and stronger throughout the game. I want to see him get this super stacked. I want to see 300 plus stacks. I don't even know what's a lot of stacks in a non-brawl. In a brawl, you can get easily 500 stacks, and it's ridiculous. 50% extra damage. So Arrow here, if he auto attacks against a hero, he is going to you know, get bonus damage there. So top camp coming out for both teams soon, but it looks like a little bit of an advantage up top, giving Arrow the chance to capture the top shrine. And down bot, they haven't cleared this siege camp yet. They're gonna have to look for it. Mudge kind of in a tight spot though, doesn't have his team with him. Is he gonna be able to get out? Pops his Indomitable to try and run here. Got the pixie dust from Area. Now he's gonna get the telly as well, and he's still alive. Kind of survived a ton of, you know, I guess it's just the Jaina combo is all they really have. We've got Tychus and Raynor sitting mid. They're gonna kind of have to sit here. Daribo's definitely making sure Raynor can't cap the shrine, as blue team has both. Mudge not budging. Mudge won't budge here. And now Idiom's going deep. Rabid Penguin caught in a combo, now in the triangle of death. And actually Raynor catches first blood with 200 health left. Respecting the 1v1 is both teams there, and Raynor coming out on top there. Well played by Hiva, opening it up. And Mudge doing a good job to zone this bottom shrine, keep it in control, so no Dragon Knight can come out of that kill. And now it looks like Joshua Scott actually getting a very big advantage up here. He's already taken down the top wall, and I believe that was with help from his camp. That's the thing about Artanis, is he doesn't really have great wave clear, especially if he's got to deal with that camp by himself. And you can see he's been kind of struggling into the Imperius here. Arrow trying to cap the top, but he's kind of low. He's got to be careful for this stab. Let's see if Joshua Scott goes for it. Doesn't go for it. So teams kind of all over the place right now. They're putting pressure in all lanes. Idioms and Mudge are... No one's going to be able to get a kill here, but Rabid Penguin, let's see if he can put enough pressure on Idioms. Idioms does a great job to hold it just long enough. Is he going to pay for it with his life? Looks like he's going to be okay, and that's going to be first Dragon Knight of the game. But is this going to be a kill onto Mudge? Very low, 60 health, and that is 2-0 in kills for Roomba rotations. Dragon Knight to about half health here as it's pushing down the mid wall. Hunter, purebred, rooting for Arrow in that solo lane. He needs all the help he can get right now because he's trying to get those stacks. He's at 40 so far, but he's lost a wall for it. So let's see if he can strengthen up throughout the game here. Daribo stacking up. Actually, check this out. Daribo went Master Assassin at level 4. Increased attack speed, and that can go up throughout the game with more attack speed per takedown. So more takedowns equals more attack speed for Daribo here. That's a cool talent. You see a lot of in the rhythm at level 4 for Tychus. That makes his minigun, his percent damage last longer. But we see a Master Assassin here at level 4. And Area actually teleported top to try and help Arrow close out this kill. Joshua Scott sneaks away. Arrow doesn't land that swap there. And back to laning for them. Up to 60 stacks. That's formidable. 5 minutes into the game. Rabid Penguin and Daribo working on this camp. And the blue side camp already out. They're clearing the lane. And let's see if they're going to be able to push in with this. There is the enemy siege camp for the red team. We'll be helping clear this. And Rabid Penguin with the black arrows stalling these camps from doing too much damage here. Level 10 is online, though, for Roomba rotation. So we got to be a little careful on the side of ReGen Phoenix to step out too far. Level 10 will be here soon, but they don't want to fall into a combo. And it looks like they'll be able to walk out just fine. Level 10 for both teams now online. We've got Bless Shield, Summon Water Elemental. We got the Water Ellie. Ooh, look at this steal. Daribo going in deep. Kills Raynor. Area coming in as well. And let's see if they're going to be able to get away here. That is a nice Bless Shield, and that is going to be Brightwing going down. Tychus looking pretty low too, but now it's actually Deckard, who's kind of in a crazy position, goes down next. And now Arrow looking for more. Can he get a kill? Down bot. Jaina actually falls. Arrow and Daribo looking for Joshua Scott up top, and that is going to be a kill mid-stab. That's a 3-for-1. I would say that's a good trade, and that is stacks. Look at those stacks for Artanis flying up. The takedowns give him 10 stacks, a whole 1% bonus damage. So he's at 13.3% bonus damage right now. Overall, one team fight there for ReGen Phoenix. They have control of both points. Rabid Penguin now trying to grab. Idiom gets a stall, but probably won't be able to stall again. Here's Iron. Might be able to get this one. There is a second stall, and I don't think they're going to be able to stay much longer. Lazy Hydra is here now. Area is here for the heals. And this looks like it's going to be a successful stall on the side of Roomba rotation, so no Dragon Knight on the back end of that. Bless Shield. Oh, Mudge trying to hold the bot point, left by himself, ends up not being able to walk away. Garrosh is tanky, but not that tanky, and he goes down. Daribo trying to get that counter kill there. Already at 4 stacks of Master Assassin, so he's at 14% attack speed there. Let's finish looking at these level 10s while we wait for them to show up here. Actually, no time because the fight is breaking out again. Arrow pops his unstoppable to step back there. Nice medallion to not be rooted. And there is the Dragon Knight going over to the Lazy Hydra inside of their Roomba rotations with their second Dragon Knight of the game, pushing in mid with all 5 members, actually. Brightwing clearing out bot. So a nice rotation there, able to actually snag them the second Dragon Knight. They're moving bot. This is generally the best lane to push in. Johanna actually going down back here. Didn't see it happening, but gets snagged. Garrosh probably got a good flip there, and Daribo coming in with that percent damage, showing what he's got. But that is going to be, you know, in response, they will get that bot fort on the side of Roomba rotations. That's a big win for them. Both teams at level 13. I swear we will look at these level 10 talents. I mean, we are seeing them in action. Mudge rooted here, looking deep, does catch Bloodthirst to get some of his health back. Walking in, though, he's looking for more. Catches a stun onto Hiva, and now they walk away. But all this time, Jaina just pushing in, but uh-oh, no more Dragon Knight, and here comes all of the players for ReGen Phoenix, and that's another stack for Master Assassin, up to 16% attack speed. Hunter Purebred says he's seen 700 stacks on Artanis's level 1 class in a brawl. That's just ridiculous. That's just... There's no way you lose that brawl, right? At that point. 70% bonus damage. It's like Artanis becomes like Zul'jin at that point. Looks like the players for ReGen Phoenix heading bot. Idioms will know about this. Walking in, gets thrown in, pops his unstoppable. And here comes the blind onto Raynor. Perfectly landed. Now a triple taunt. And now the silence to follow it up. ReGen Phoenix throwing everything they got at this. Idiom still looking very healthy. A stun through the wall from Joshua Scott actually lands on Sylvanas for the kill. Mudge now out of position. Big combo to start that off from ReGen Phoenix, but I feel like Johanna was doing a great job to zone off the damage, and they couldn't really follow up on the taunt and the blind and the silence arrow. And they end up paying for it. Roomba rotation's gonna steal the bot camp away here. They're gonna have a double camp here pushing in. This is gonna be a pretty strong push for them, as they do not have Garrosh or Sylvanas up. All right, Bless Shield, Summon Water Elemental, Lornado, Hyperion, and Angelic Armaments, even though we're level 16 now. Suppression Pulse, there comes another Suppression Pulse, lands onto 4. Warlord's Challenge for the taunt, Commandeer Odin, Blink Heal for Brightwing, and the Wailing Arrow. So using the black arrows there to disable these siege minions, they do a good job. They lose the front wall. I mean, it was a big push. They were bound to lose something, but they do save the keep. Let's see how Roomba Rotations is going to play this one. They're making a way onto the bot. Arrow here does have his camp, is walking away, goes back in. Nobody's capped the top shrine yet. Mudge waiting here in the bush. Let's see if he's going to be able to save. Nice toss onto Daribo, keeps him alive. Daribo running away from that water elemental, and it looks like everyone's able to survive there. A lot of, well, 2 heroics there used on the side of Roomba Rotations, and just the silence arrow for Rabid Penguin. Now let's see how this one's going to follow up. There's going to be a flip onto Decker. That is going to be who you want to flip. Daribo trying to get in there, but the Lornado keeping him far away. Blind onto Daribo, but they do close the kill out. But it is a 1-for-1. Brightwing actually goes down in this 2 versus 2 up here. Hiva closing out a kill. So anytime you think you get an advantage, there's a counter kill. 174 stacks now for Artanis. And Daribo going to do what he can to hold this mid while they recap the top shrine. Stop control there. Hiva does capture that camp, and that was Artanis's blind there. Probably used for vision. Make sure he knew where the enemy team was. And let's see what's going on with this Artanis build. Shield Surge, that's typical Chrono Surge. So the bonus attack speed. Mudge gets caught in a combo, pops his Indomitable to get away here. Did use his throw to push away. Ooh, and now the root at level 16 from Jaina catches Mudge, and it's just too much CC, too much damage, and he just can't walk away. Daribo did pop the Commandeer Odin, but the rest of the team for Roomba Rotations catching up to him. There's a root, and there's a lot of damage there. Daribo not getting out. Is Rabid Penguin going to be able to find a counter kill onto Lazy Hydra? Not quite. That's 2-for-0 for Roomba Rotations there. A big push up top from this camp. Araya left to clean up the mess as Arrow had to back right now. Idioms, though, coming up here. And this is going to be a 3rd Dragon Knight for Roomba Rotations at level 19. Mid fort all but dead. Let's see if they're going to take it bot after this. Level 13 Graviton Vortex. Hitting an enemy here with basic attacks or Blade Dash, so more swaps. Interesting. I haven't picked that one. That seems like an interesting talent. So reduces cooldown on his swap. So the more basic attacks and Q damage he's doing, he's going to get more swaps in. And then the increased attack speed, that will get him more stacks. It's usually a good pick here. Ooh, nice flip out by Mudge to save Daribo there. And now Rabid Penguin caught in that Lornado, but now it's Mudge that's actually in pretty deep. Pops the taunt, but I don't know if he's going to walk out of here. There's a stun, and it is Mudge going down. Daribo now might be next, trying to walk out to survive. There is just a death ball rolling in on him. Jaina in the Dragon Knight starts pushing in onto the core. The shield is falling. There's another stun now onto Arrow. Taking a lot of damage, gets the shield, goes in deeper. Dragon Knight is out, but that is going to be game one. Going over to Roomba rotations. Well played. They definitely had good control there. I know I was paying attention to those stacks. Everyone wants to see the big stacks. Oh, Master Assassin is only 10% until quest completed. Gotcha. I thought you got 1% per stack. I guess they did readjust that. Ugh. Hate when this happens. This has happened to me a few times where actually we get no stats. So it's like the game didn't even happen. We can pretend that, we're still going into game one now. But Roomba rotation's actually coming out there on top with a massive 0 total damage for their team. But Arrow and friends actually matching with 0 total damage as well. Nobody died. Nobody got a kill. Actually, no one even got an experience globe. That's pretty interesting. Nobody picked a talent. That's a pretty troll game that we just had. Actually, didn't even last a second. Pretty weird. So yeah, that Master Assassin apparently for... the Master Assassin for Tychus at level 4, he only gets that bonus 15% once he's gotten 15 takedowns. That's pretty tough. 15 takedowns in a NGS game, that high caliber, it doesn't always come around. So yeah, thanks for that, Hunter Purebred, because yeah, I didn't know about that. MJ Doom, all the zeros mean they all fell into a black hole. I didn't see a Tassadar in that game, but maybe they did fall into a black hole there. Let's see what's going to happen for game 2. We're going to have a couple seconds here while we wait for them to set up the lobby and pick who's picking the next map. So let's see how that follows up. I'm going to run and grab a glass of water. I will be back in just a couple seconds while we wait for the next match. So hold tight. I will be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Looks like we're going to be heading in to the second lobby pretty shortly. It is Towers of Doom. Let's find out who ended up picking that. Synchrony UH. Is it Synchrony or Synchrony UH? Says he missed the draft, but Artanis seemed like a strange pickup there. Yeah, Arrow likes art quite a bit. I agree. I think it's... It was more of a comfort pick. Arrow is good on Artanis, and I think it's a comfort pick. It's, I feel like Artanis really fits in mostly on Battlefield of Eternity. You kind of just see that as Artanis's map just for the bonus damage on the Immortal. And, you know, he was... That's the thing about Dragonshire. It's like the solo laner... We barely saw 5v5 fights that game till the very end. So you don't really get that swap value that you get, you know, swapping a target like you might on a more brawly 5v5 map. So I think that's something that Artanis, you know, lacks on that one. So yeah, I kind of agree with you there as far as that's concerned. So it looks like Idioms and Roomba Rotation ended up picking map number 2. So it will be ReGen Phoenix that will have first pick in this game 2. So Towers of Doom, UH, it's your alma mater. Makes sense. UH, is that University of Hawaii? Because if that's University of Hawaii, that's pretty cool. I actually lived in Hawaii for a short little stint while I was working remotely. I have a friend who moved out there, and I had a blast just like exploring, and what a beautiful place. But I guess UH could be a lot of different things. So yeah, let me know what that is. And it looks like everyone here is in the lobby. So waiting on one player. Everyone's in the lobby, but they're getting ready for game number 2. And okay, we're getting some readies from both teams. So looks like we'll be going in very shortly. And just like that, game 2 is upon us. So let's go ahead and head into the draft. University of Houston. Gotcha. I figured UH, I mean, it could be a million things, right? Very cool. So yeah, don't need to bother you with the whole Hawaii thing. Haven't been to Houston. I went to Austin right before the pandemic. It was like my last kind of hurrah. Went to a bachelor party that there was no wedding for because of COVID. So I don't know if is that a good thing or a bad thing? We had the bachelor party, didn't have the wedding. I mean, still got the party, right? That's good. So we see the Imperious ban here. Joshua Scott getting that target ban, and ETC banned out right away again by Roomba Rotations. Likely a target ban if we're seeing it there in both games. I would imagine that's a target ban against Mudge. Mudge plays a good Garrosh though. I mean, he got caught out a couple of times in the previous game, but I've seen Mudge pop off on Garrosh too. So let's see if they're going to choke that out. Stukov banned out here. So won't see a Stukov again, potentially a target ban. And Gazlo, this time it was, you know, I guess it's whoever picks second has to ban the Gazlo. We are in the Gazlo meta. We are officially here. We've been waiting years, and we finally have it. Daribo here stealing away the Rainer, so we won't have another Rainer there for Haiva. He did get the best of him in that 1v1 at the beginning of the game, and that just kind of started everything. So a little insider knowledge here from Synchrony UH saying that Idioms just hates ETC. Yeah, so I get that. If you just don't want to play against something, I loved, you know, whenever I had the hat in, at least in Storm League. I'd never had the hat in NGS games, but I banned Alarak. I don't like playing against Alarak. If there's a good Alarak player, it just makes you miserable. So I would always just ban Alarak. And look at this up front, a Zul pick and a Cassia pick. Those are pretty interesting picks, especially the Zul. I mean, he's a double soaker. Malthael matches the double soak pretty well. And, I mean, seeing Joshua Scott, of course they can swap. I'm assuming that's in the solo lane, so he's going to be soaking top mid with the Zul. Brings some decent team fight as well, the point and click route. But the Ana Malthael, this is like a tried and true combo right here. Aurea on the Ana, Arrow playing Malthael. You just nano boost Malthael and he just holds down the Q button. Austin is a cool city. I like it a lot. Yeah. Oh, man. And I'm sure this is all over Texas, but the barbecue there was just, oh, my God. I've never had anything like it. I'm from Miami, and I don't think we have, you know, barbecue that can even hold a flame to a Texas barbecue. But there was some really good food there. We see Garrosh and Johanna banned out here. So actually a little bit of a tank choke. So Garrosh, Mudge not going to be able to jump back onto that. Johanna as well. MJ Doom, don't listen to Sync. He is trying to lead me astray. Uh-oh, there's all this, you know, I don't know who to believe anymore. There's all this, is this all just like espionage going on behind the scenes here? Everybody hates ETC. I still think ETC is a top tier tank, despite the nerfs. Arrow playing not Artanis? I mean, if you talk to me about Ana Malthael, like, granted, I'm not very good at Malthael, but I think I can just hold the Q button, so I could do pretty good if I have a nano boost on me. So someone who knows what they're doing, that looks like pretty scary to me. Iron with the Brightwing and Idioms with the Tyrael. I wonder if this is going to be a... I would imagine it's Sanctification. Popping a Sanctification in the middle of the nano boost, in the middle of the team fight, could be huge. And we actually see Arthas as a main tank Arthas on the side of ReGen Phoenix here. That's not seen too often. And my Ev for Hiva. Wow. I would say the team comp I'm seeing for Roomba rotations is just like a bunch of stuff I haven't seen yet. I mean, Maiev has had her heyday, and, you know, her base kit is just so strong that even after nerfs, like, it's a good player on a Maiev can really just set up the whole team fight. So Maiev's obviously got her chains, and then as she walks away, she can pull in enemies as a damage dealer. She's got resets, Cassio with the damage, Brightwing with the polymorph, Zul with the root, and Tyrael with the shields. There's a lot going on there for Roomba rotations. A lot of, like, stuff I'm not used to, honestly. You lived in Orlando for a year, Synchrony. Barbecue was not its strong point. Yeah, I mean, Orlando... What good is there to say about Orlando? I mean, I do love roller coasters, so you can get something out of, you know, theme parks, but I like Busch Gardens in Tampa a little better because it's just like all roller coasters. But definitely not barbecue. I mean, did you have any like Cuban food or Latin food while you were here? I know Orlando's not Miami, but there's still some, you know, that is definitely going to be some Florida food. All right, heading into game number 2, we've got Roomba rotations here on the left-hand side. Idioms playing the Tyrael, Lazy Hydra on Cassia, Hiva playing the Maiev, Iron on Brightwing, and Joshua Scott playing the Zul. On the right-hand side, we have ReGen Phoenix, Arrow heading mid on the Malthael. The rest of the players... looks like they're heading bod. Mudge on Arthas, Rabid Penguin back on Sylvanas, Daribo on Raynor, and Aurea on the Ana. It looks like they might be trying to do a little Sylvanas cheese down here, but it looks like they're kind of keen on it on the side of Roomba rotations, and they decide to back off. Interesting to go bot with the Sylvanas cheese. Usually go top, I guess, because it's a little more out of the way and kind of ruins the rotations for the other team. Here comes Maiev, gets a pull onto Daribo, who's walking away, pops his E to stay alive. Mudge in deep, just slowing everyone down with his just frozen aura. And that's going to be a cleared out lane. Zul actually in a little bit of an advantage in clearing, already heading mid. Malthael still clearing out top. And we'll keep our eyes on their clear, but most of the action will be down here in the solo lane. Hey, Sheej, nice to see you in here. Got a good game, too. This is very closely contested match in the division. They're off by 1 point between the two of them. So let's see how this game 2 goes. ReGen Phoenix looking for a reverse sweep right now, and Roomba Rotations just want to take it home. So we got an invade here. Mudge walking in on the Arthas. Let's see if Haiva's going to telly in deep. Does get a chain onto 2. Daribo now in a weird spot, but Idioms is first to go down. Mudge is on point. Daribo looking very low. Resets for Maiev, not quite enough. Here comes Josh Scott onto Ana. Let's see if she can walk away now. They weren't able to cap the point. Let's see if Rabid Penguin pushes these in with, and that's with Mercenary Queen. We see tower and a wall down here, and they're going to keep pushing with this advantage. That was a well-played team fight for them. Arthas actually looking pretty good there. Just slowing everybody down, making it nice for the rest of the team to wreak havoc. But Haiva in, but Haiva, unstoppable for Rabid Penguin, helps him get away. Check this out. We've got Thunderstroke for Cassia, infinitely stacking Q quest. Let me read it this time, make sure I get it right. Damage increased every time it hits a hero. So whenever she throws the spear and hits a hero, that's going to stack indefinitely. Let's see if she can get tons of stacks here. Jailer's at level 4. Interesting. That's good for the soak and the split. So we actually have Brightwing coming up here. She can teleport, but look, they're actually putting pressure onto Arrow. They're not going to let him cap this for free. Zul is still soaking. Idioms and Lazy Hydra trying to slow this down, but this is a 3v2, no healer. They're not going to be able to hold this down too long. Iron now will be coming in onto Lazy Hydra. Idioms at half health, doesn't have his shield up right now, needs to be a little careful, down to 400. Haiva telling in deep, gets a chain onto Daribo. Is this going to be a kill? Daribo doesn't get chained in. Brightwing actually first to go down with the Sylvanas damage. And Mudge, I am liking this Arthas play so far into this team. He can kind of walk in there and Jailer's Pog from Sheed, right? Yeah, I'm telling you. Spawn extra skeletal warriors off the bone prison. And yeah, I don't know. Is this a meta thing? I guess it's more damage off of the bone prison. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Anything else interesting? 23 stacks already for Cassia. Let's see if she can really stack that up throughout the game. She kind of gives her like a Zul'jin vibe because she just keeps stacking and stacking. Oh, there's a nice route onto Cassia. And Haiva gets a triple draw right there. Now the player's on retreat for ReGen Phoenix. Rabid Penguin looking pretty low. Not going to make it out of this one. Daribo might be next. Mudge trying to create some space. Haiva actually looking pretty low. Daribo. Ooh, and the Q connects. That's going to be a 2 for nothing. Brightwing keeping Haiva alive. And now Mudge just brawling his life away. I like that. Both his damage dealers are dead, but he's like, let's keep fighting, baby. I want my Frozen Waste stacks. Keep people inside of his slow circle, his Frozen Tempest, and it gets stronger. It gives him more and more slows. I was expecting actually Raynor to have gone. What's the talent that does damage against slowed enemies at level 1? He's got that talent that it pairs well with Arthas, but he goes with the Exterminator here. And we've got 2 altars spawning, mid and bot. There are these sappers for the team of Roomba Rotations up right now. Daribo tried to sneak the bottom one, but not going to get in there just yet. Mudge taking a lot of damage there, actually. Now he's trying to walk away. He's still kind of low, but able to walk away. Looks okay, but they do lose control here. Arrow able to cap the midpoint, so that is going to be some core damage. ReGen Phoenix getting there, and that's going to be a 1 for 1. It's going to be swapped there, but landing inside the root has to pop the unstoppable. Haiva does get away. All this time, though, Joshua Scott was soaking. Both teams do hit level 10. We do have the invulnerability, the sanctification at level 10 for Tyrael. Valkyrie for the displacement. Blink heal, Warden's Cage, that's a fun one. And Poison Nova. So expect to see Maiev start an engage with the Warden Cage, teleporting in and dropping the Warden Cage to make shit happen. Last Rites for Malthael, Wailing Arrow, Army of the Dead, Hyperion, and Nano Boost. So we'll expect that Nano Boost to be going on to Malthael in these team fights. So we should expect him to be showing up when this does go down. So both teams kind of waiting around, waiting for their sappers to come back. Ace in the hole, that's, yeah. Cassius 16 is going to be straight dirty if Haiva keeps getting these chains. He's at 37 stacks, and yeah, level 16, he gets the bonus. Ooh, Malthael closing a kill there onto Zul. And it looks like they're looking for more. Will they catch Lazy Hydra here? Able to step away up to 40 stacks. And Hyperion being dropped here for the bonus damage, the zoning, and we've got empowered. Ooh, maybe we won't have empowered. Never mind, Mercenary Queen no longer. Nice Valkyrie from the Lazy Hydra to actually turn that around and get that kill on to Sylvanas there. Well played. Altar spawning bot, and with Sylvanas dead, this is likely going to just go over to the side of Roomba rotations. Unfortunate time to die there. Let's see if they can get a stall. I don't think they're going to really be able to. And no, Iron does finish that off and catches the tower. We're at 28 to 28 here on both times. Nice. Siege went all in, playing balls up. And he comes out on top. Serious with balls play. We like to see those. Joshua Scott keeping up the double soak. Soak almost identical for both teams here. And here is that Warden's Cage making the play. And the Tyrael Sanctification as well. Mudge just trying to survive now. We've got the Nano Boost onto Sylvanas. And it looks like both teams not exactly getting what they want out of the engage, and they decide to step back. So Sanctification and Warden's Cage are pretty long cooldowns. Nothing really too bad on the other side. Nano Boost will be up sooner. Last Rites are going to be used, and it's actually Malthael goes down with the rotation from Roomba rotations, making a Roomba rotation there. But in response, bot is going to be grabbed here. Rapid Penguin, nice little E to slip away, but I don't know if he's actually going to get away here. Looks good because the damage is split. Dairybo trying to survive here. That's a lot of Poison Nova damage. Now it's Rapid Penguin, and that's going to be a 2 for nothing. 3 dead at the point, but they did capture this, so I doubt they'll be able to hold on to it. It's just going to be traded right back to Roomba rotations. And yep, that's gonna equalize there. So unfortunate for the side of ReGen Phoenix. Weren't able to quite finish their sappers. Is ReGen Phoenix as well, and that's gonna be snatched away as well. So lots going over to the side of Roomba rotations, getting a little bit of an advantage here. 4-point advantage on the core. So everyone knows how Towers of Doom goes. I mean, I casted the Towers of Doom last week. Literally 1-0 on that core damage. Siege can vouch for me here. He was in the game. And it was crazy. It was 2 core health to 1 core health. And man, that was a crazy, crazy game. Towers of Doom can bring that. And that's a big silence onto 2. Mudge trying to survive here, but that is an insane Sanctification. Dairybo now in deep, somehow surviving. Mudge not going to look so lucky, and it is Tyrael that goes down, as well as Malthael. Mudge. Tyrael with the trait value, getting the kill onto Mudge there. That's what we like to see. Trait value on Tyrael, baby. And that's going to be a 2 for 1. Ooh, Rapid Penguin sneaks away with like 60 health. Wow. That's crazy. Roomba rotation's getting a little bit of an advantage now. ReGen Phoenix does need to stabilize, needs to get all their members back for a big team fight here. A triple altar coming up. Let's see how they want to handle this. We've got sappers coming in for Roomba rotations on the bot side. 2 altars spawning top. And we've got 3. Arthas changing his mind, now heading bot as well. Let's see if they're going to try and stop these sappers. It's going to be a little risky. The black arrows is used. We've got holy ground here for Tyrael. That's actually really great zoning. And nice black arrows stops these sappers in their tracks. Iron already grabbing this bot altar. And it looks like it's going to be a no contest there. And just a 1-for-1 up top as well. Yeah, that was crazy, right? With Arthas survivability, I mean, I think this Rhyme is doing so much. He's got so much block stacks into, you know, the lazy Hydra autos, but I guess she went Q build. I don't know what's giving him so much survivability. Arrow pops the unstoppable, gets out of that Valkyrie. That was close. Nice rotation there from Roomba rotations. And here comes a Warden's Cage. Silence onto, oh, and there is another beautiful sanctification, and it is going to be Ana that is first to fall. What a great execution. Joshua Scott, though, with the last rights on him. It's a 1-for-1, actually 2-for-1 now. Malthael doesn't survive there. Mudge going to be next. And very well coordinated on the cage and the sanctification on the side of Roomba rotations. That is looking like a very nice combo for them. And they're coming out on top in these team fights. No other way to say it. Those team fights are looking very strong for them when they layer those heroics so well. Yeah, my AV damage not as big on a single target without those resets. Yeah, she needs to hit 2 targets with her Q. At least 2 targets, 2 heroic targets to get a reset. Oh, with the nip of the Valkyrie, Lazy Hydra just hitting these at all angles at 69 stacks. Nice. And now it's a double altar, and Raynor just died. Let's see if Roomba Rotations wants to aggressively take a fight on the top right, and it looks like they're moving in on it. Joshua Scott already capping it. Arrow in, does not get the stall here, and that is going to be 10 more core shots for ReGen Phoenix. Lazy Hydra going into the death zone. That's what we like to see. Big with balls plays. And they're going to keep pushing the advantage here. They are going for the boss. This is 4 more as the side of ReGen Phoenix was converting bot. And this is going to put them in a very tricky spot for ReGen Phoenix. 2 core health left. Level 16 Cassia, everybody. We see it here now. Gain 2 additional charges of Lightning Fury. That is terrifying. So she, you know, with all these stacks, 71 stacks of her level 1, now she's got 3 Qs with like half a second cooldown. The cooldown is ridiculously short on the Q. So that is going to be pretty scary burst damage she can put out now. MJ Doom saw it coming from a mile away. And here we see a big push. This is kind of like a Hail Mary play. They're just going for it right now, converting this tower. And that's really all that ReGen Phoenix can ask for right now. They needed that to give them an advantage. So this is looking good for them, except the level 20 just came online. We've got the Holy Arena trying to make a play onto Joshua Scott. Is the kill in time? It is. Brightwing not able to teleport in time for the kill there. That is just what they needed. They are down level 20, but they have a 1-person advantage as far as this next altar, double altar phase goes. They're trying to convert mid as the players for Roomba Rotations converted bot, and they're coming in, and this is going to be converted. Lazy Hydra, oh, catches another one. Able to walk away, though. And now they're going to go back in. Actually, Idiom's dropping the Sanctification, keeping the team alive. Arrow taking a lot of damage, not able to Q. And it is actually Arrow that dies here. 5v4, and that Sanctification literally counteracted the entire play from ReGen Phoenix. And Mudge, I don't know if you're getting away, buddy. Pops is unstoppable. Ooh, Rabid Penguin trying to sneak a quick one over here. Run, baby, run. But this is going to be GG as Iron grabs top left. Sylvanas does die in the death zone. And that's going to be a 2-0 domination victory. Wow, 4 Roomba rotations here. That was crazy. What a crazy match. So we'll be heading into an interview. Let's see if we'll have someone from Roomba Rotations joining us here for the interview. Let's check out some of the stats while we get that set up in the meantime. So let me send a quick... It looks like we will have Joshua Scott in here for the interview. That was the solo laner. So Cassia, the sole survivor that game, looking fierce, 68,000 damage. And yeah, that was looking crazy for sure. So let's see. Yeah, Cassia coming out on top damage there. Sole survivor as well. Evening out the deaths there, 4 deaths apiece. And here they are, Joshua Scott and Idioms as his chaperone for this interview.
Glad to be here.
We heard Josh needed a chaperone. So how are you guys feeling on that domination victory?
Yeah, feeling pretty good. I think we played pretty well tonight. It's definitely some tough competition, especially that first game, that Garrosh. But yeah, I think feel pretty good.
So, well, while I have you here, Idioms, I you know, in the pre-game coin flip, there was a little trash talk back and forth. How do you feel after Arrow's interview last week?
I'm pretty sure he's going to think twice about saying that we're an easy team on someone's stream. But I know that he wasn't talking trash. Right?
I know. It's all fun. So in game 1 there, you guys popped off the Raynor and Jaina in the damage. Is that a common pairing for you guys? Is it kind of like a burst slash sustained damage combo that you like to go for?
I think it was less the combo, more just the counter to Garrosh. So we just felt like those two heroes are really strong into him. So that was like the reasoning behind that pick.
Is it for like the slows and the pushback kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so talk to me, since you were in the solo lane, how did you feel playing into that Artanis and seeing him trying to get them stacks?
Yeah. I tried not letting him stack in the beginning. Originally, I wasn't going to play Imperius in the solo lane, but we saw their Garrosh and their damage and the Brightwing and stuff, so we felt that Imperius main tank probably wasn't a great pick, so I took him there. I think Imperius is pretty strong, especially after level 4 with pressing forward. So I think after I got that talent, it wasn't too bad, and then I wasn't too worried about Artanis stacking. I think he did get quite a bit few of stacks, but
yeah, he started getting them, but you guys had kind of that, you had the snowball going that...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the advantage never really caught up. And I guess you guys had some good rotations because, when I peeked top lane, you already had the front wall down. Was that like using the camps, or were you just pushing him back with your damage?
Yeah, so once I got pressed forward, it was like if he ever tried to brawl, it was kind of really hard for him. So I just pushed him out of lane, and then also Raynor came up to do the bruiser camp. So that definitely helped a lot. So with the bruiser camp and just a better sustain, I was just able to push that wall in.
Yeah, that looked good. In game 2, I feel like all 5 of those heroes are things that I've casted 0 or 1 time this season. So nice. It was a really fun comp to see, and you guys executed it really well. Is this something you've been practicing with the Maiev, with the invulnerable, the sanctification in the cage?
Not really. I think Idioms could probably talk about this more, but I think that was just kind of on the spot. We were like, what would be good here? And Hiva loves Maiev, and we just haven't put him on that hero a lot this season. So
there was some, there was some great setups there, and then the sanctifications. It just basically nullified the the nano boost Ana. I think that was, or the nano boost Malthael. I think it really made it turned the team fights. That was insane.
That was the game plan.
Yeah.
essentially behind
Yeah,
it.
I'm wondering because I always see an on a mouth ale and I'm like, wow, what do you do into that? And that's your answer. Just huddle up in a sanctification and that's it. Game over.
Exactly.
So what was the Zul pick there? What was the logic? Is it just the double soaking or?
Oh yeah, that's just I think I don't know. I think Zool is pretty common on this map, just for the double soak. Yeah, that's really all you really
Yeah,
pick
so
him
just-
for. I think he's pretty good with the AOE cleave on W2 in team fights, especially at 16 with that talent. It nullifies a lot of mouth ale's damage too. I think it's like a 35 or 40% damage reduction, so that's quite strong.
Yeah, I mean, overall, you guys look strong, and this is going to shoot you guys up in the ranking. So, how do you guys feel? Do you feel like you can take this division down in the playoffs? I mean, there's a lot of strong teams here, and how do you guys feel going into these final weeks?
How do you feel, Josh? Tell me how you feel.
I feel fine. Yeah, I mean, I think we definitely play really well together. So yeah, I mean, hey James, do you have any more to add on to that?
Yeah, I'll actually give a real interview. You tried your best, though, Josh Scott. I appreciate you.
He just shows up and he plays heroes. He's you just call him up when there's a gig and he'll be there.
Yo, he's shy. He's shy right now.
No, I just can't. Yeah, I'm under careful watch from the disciplinary board.
Exactly. No,
I can't say too much.
I come here to chaperone and I cupped your balls, I guess. Like, I don't know what these answers are, my friend.
Hey, well, this is if you're gonna get away with anything, it's gonna be on the with or without balls stream. So
exactly. That's what I was promised, right? And that's why I popped in here. Sorry, what was your last question? I will actually
something
answer
about like how do you feel in the power rankings? Do you feel like you can take down this division and walk home the champions of Div A?
Div A, out of my seasons in NGS has been like the tightest division I've ever been a part of, and I've been like some of the B East divisions in the past were really good as well and really tight, but there's always like a definitive number one. I don't think that there is that this season. There's kind of like a circle that we all play in, and it's a matter of consistency. Like, we're not pro players or anything, so some games we're going to play better than others, and vice versa for other teams. All I wanted to do beginning of the season was to make playoffs because I kind of foresaw this for this division. And you look at playoff brackets in the past, like especially B East last season, the 8th seed got all the way to the grand finals. So it doesn't matter where you end up seeding wise. It's just about getting in.
Get in.
Yeah, exactly. So that was the goal this season, and that's what we wanted to do.
And
so
I mean,
I think we did it.
You were spot on. Like teams, rank 1 through 9, it's all like 16 through 12 points, and there's like ties all the way through. It's crazy this season in Div A. Like this is really good.
It's been a lot of fun, and I'm not sure how many games in Div A have been casted, but the games have been really, really tight as well. So I'm looking forward to the playoffs. I think it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I've casted quite a few Div A games, so if you guys are going to be doing some scouting, definitely you check on this channel. Like you'll like I've basically done. I'm surprised this is my first Roomba rotations game because I've been trying to cast everybody in Div A. So you'll definitely see some of the other teams playing here. But
should be our dedicated caster. Just
he's in here.
So one last question. Let's have Josh take this one. Any last shout outs or any last comments you want to put out on to the live air right now?
Yeah, shout out to the team, of course. Good games today. Shout out to ReGen Phoenix. Those are some stiff competition, and yeah, that's about it.
Great. And apparently Lazy Hydra says Joshua Scott, is reformed. So you are reformed, and we've seen it here in this interview. So congrats, guys.
Can I just say one last thing?
Yeah, let's hear it.
We're just fighting for a world where Joshua Scott gets unbanned from the NGS Discord. So hashtag unban Josh Scott.
You heard it here, guys. Everybody, hashtag unban. Put it in your IG. Let's take to the streets. Unban Josh Scott. All right. Thanks, guys. Great games tonight. Congratulations on the victory.
All right. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right. That's it. All right. That was fun. Great games tonight. ReGen Phoenix did put up quite a fight. You see a domination victory, but like those games were very close, and we saw we saw Roomba rotations coming out on top there. So that is going to be my stream for tonight. But there was actually a lot of NGS games going on. So make sure you hop around and catch some more action. Definitely catch these Div A East, just like you saw. I mean, these games are crazy. They are very well matched in this division this season. So that's going to be it for me. I'll probably pick up another stream this week, so keep your eyes peeled for when I go live, and we'll do another one. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me, and have a good night.